Hi there, this is Steve Stine, and I'm going to show you how to play Alex Clare's Too Close. When we start off here, it's the same chord progression through the entire song. What you're going to be doing is playing a B minor chord. And the easiest thing to do is to start off playing the B minor bar chord. If you know the 5th string bar chords, you would take your first finger and bar over the bottom 5 strings at the 2nd fret. And then you would take your other 3 fingers and create an A minor shape. So your middle finger is going on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. Your 3rd finger is going on the 4th string, 4th fret, and your pinky is going on the 3rd string, 4th fret. So you have a bar here with the A minor shape behind it. Okay? So we'll just get through the chords here and then I'll show you the picking pattern with your right hand. So that's a 5th string bar chord. Okay, that's B minor right there. Then we're going to head over to just a straight old D chord here, D open chord. And then we're going to go up to an E minor chord. And then we're going to head over to 2 bar chords on the 6th string. So we're going to go to the 3rd fret, and we're going to bar over all 6 strings with our first finger. And then we're going to make an E shape with these 3 fingers. So we're going to put the middle finger on the 3rd string, 4th fret. We're going to put our ring finger on the 5th string, 5th fret. And we're going to put our pinky on the 4th string, 5th fret. Okay, so this is a 6th string bar chord. All right, so we're playing this. This one's called G. And then we're going to move back 1 fret to the F sharp. So you have G to F sharp. Okay? So we have B minor to D to E minor to the G bar chord to the F sharp bar chord. Now you want to use these shapes to get the sounds that he's using when he's actually finger picking this. And in order to finger pick it, what you're going to do is use your thumb, your first and your second fingers. So what we're going to do is we're going to place the thumb on the 5th string. And when you do this pattern, if you've ever done finger picking before, you might have your own thing, but if you've never done it before, the easiest way for most people to do this is to kind of think of it like a thumbs up. So you're going to put the thumb out a little bit further in front of the other 2 fingers, okay? Instead of like having them side by side, they're going to kind of squish into each other. If you kind of think of it as a thumbs up and then set it down on the guitar, the thumb's going to be out further. That way when they're picking, they don't run into each other. Or if they're sitting like this, they tend to run into each other. So you're going to take the thumb, place it on the 5th string. You're going to take your first finger and place it on the 3rd string. And your middle finger and place that on the 2nd string. Okay? So here's all 3 of those notes over this B minor chord. Okay? So what I want to do is separate those. I'm going to play the thumb note first. And then I'm going to pluck these 2 together. And then I'm going to do it again. So I have thumb to these 2 fingers, to the thumb, to these 2 fingers again. So it sounds like this. Okay? Now, it's hard to tell on the recording. He may be double picking the bass note like this. And he might just be single picking it. And again, to be honest, he might be doing both. Who knows, right? So just kind of decide which one you think you hear the best. I think when I'm playing it, I'm kind of shifting back and forth between the 2. You know, I think either one would be fine, though. There's actually an acoustic version of this on YouTube as well, but that version, he's actually doing a bunch of different finger picking with that. But the CD version, it's kind of hard to tell. So just decide which one you want to do. For this purpose, I'm just going to pluck it once. Like that. So thumb, the 2 fingers, thumb, the 2 fingers. Then we're going to head over to the D chord. We're going to do the exact same thing, but now what we're going to do, the thumb is going to go on the 4th string, and the other 2 fingers are going to drop down to the 1st and 2nd strings. Okay, so it sounds like this. And again, you have to decide whether or not you think there's 2 of them or 1 of them. But for this purpose, I'm just going to play 1. Okay? Now, as we move into that D, you're going to notice that it kind of jumps in. So instead of going and waiting that long, he actually comes in early when he plucks the 4th string. Then he heads up to the E minor, and then you're going to put your thumb on the 6th string, and then you're going to take the other 2 fingers and head back to the 2nd and 3rd strings. Same picking pattern. So we have B minor, D, E minor, and then we're going to stay on those same three strings, sixth string, second string, third string. We're going to move to that G bar chord, and then to the F sharp. So the whole thing, nice and slow, sounds like this. And notice how I jump in various places, like I'm jumping to the D and I'm jumping to the G. See how I jump in? Okay. Now, in the part before the chorus, the pre-chorus, he's doing the same thing, but he's actually jumping into the F sharp, so he does this. So you jump from the G to the F. Okay? Now again, in listening to the acoustic version, he's changing the rhythms various places in that video. And again, I'm sure it's because he's actually doing it live. He's singing and playing and everything at the same time. But that's what he's doing in the pre-chorus. Then when you get to the chorus, you do the exact same thing again, but you go ahead and strum it. Okay? And remember, all your strumming should be consistent. Whenever you strum the guitar, keep your arm moving back and forth. You know, don't start and stop and do all that kind of stuff because it sounds weird and it looks even weirder. So when you're doing it, find out where the rhythm is. Like, a great thing to do is just to take the song. If you're trying to learn how to play this, don't worry about the chords. Just practice playing along with the song, creating rhythms to the song. And remember, the goal is to keep the arm moving back and forth. Move away from the strings when you don't want sound or you don't want to strum. And then move back in when you do. Okay? Just kind of create some variance there instead of just always playing like a strumming pattern, like, you know, down, 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 up, down, 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 that sort of thing for 5 minutes straight. Kind of drives people crazy. So it's kind of nice when you can just sort of let it flow. You let your arm move and you just kind of move in and move out. Back and forth, trying to create some various rhythms over those chord changes. So first thing you do is you practice the scratching thing. Second thing you do is you start trying to build your chord progression. So we got B minor, D, E minor, G, F sharp. You try and practice those chords over and over and over. Then you start trying to put these two things together. Of course, we've got the picking part that we just did, and now the strumming part. So I have to get from to that D on the offbeat, or that jump. And there, the G and the F sharp are both jumping, or moving early. Okay? So what's really great about this song is it really is the same chord progression over and over and over. And that picking pattern really is similar all the way through. It's just you really have to give it a good ear when you're listening to it and decide whether or not you're hearing like the two picking of the thumb, the double picking thing. And kind of if there's different places where he might be jumping that chord. You know, sometimes it's hard to tell with an artist whether or not when they record something if it was really meant to be absolute a certain way, or whether or not, you know, even they themselves when they're in the studio kind of vary those things because they're just kind of playing. So enjoy this video. I hope you learned something from it. If you need any more assistance, please let me know. You can always email me through the Guitarzoom website, guitarzoom.com. Take care and have a great day.